Warning, this show contains strong language and topics that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
Can you see the writing on the wall?
Yes, and it says suspended.
What a tool.
That wasn't rehearsed. Yes, if you didn't know, guys, Jeff Hardy has been suspended for 60 days.
Yay!
After failing another drug test.
Ooh.
You know, it's a bit bad for Jeff because he's going to miss WrestleMania, which I believe is the single biggest paycheck that any wrestler will receive in their career. So that's going to be a bit of a downer on Jeff. And I'm just going to go into a little rant here, just, you know...
He's
quickly.
a tool. He botches everything.
No. What I find funny is that he got suspended last year. You know, around summertime, he got suspended.
He's a tool.
And, you know, people were like, well, he failed a drug test. He's been out of the WWE for about 4 years. He doesn't really know things have changed completely. We'll give him a suspension, yeah, 30 days. And so...
He has 8.
He came back, and he won the Intercontinental title. He had a run with that. And then in about November, when this short storyline with Triple H happened, he was getting a push. And then he got a major push roughly around January of this past year with Randy Orton for the title. And we all knew he wasn't going to win, let's face it. But it marks, you know, Jeff's big push into the main event picture. And now he's gone and done this, and he's just... It's Kennedy all over again. Kennedy last year was found that he ordered...
Well.
No. Last year, Kennedy was found to have ordered online steroids illegally, along with some other big names in WWE like Edge and...
Yeah, but he got injured.
No, listen, just keep listening.
Alright, yeah.
And he was going to be revealed as Vince McMahon's illegitimate son. But...
Sorry.
They suspended him before that they could announce that part of the storyline. So then instead of Kennedy getting this monster push, he's sort of been pushed back into the mid-card mid-card range, if you will. Because like this past Monday on Raw, he was used to, you know, basically be a jobber for Finlay, because Finlay comes out and just starts whacking him with a shillelagh before the match even starts.
But he sold those shots like he was hit with a baseball bat.
He did, but
amazing.
I'm not doubting Kennedy's abilities. I'm just saying that they get this push to get him ready for the biggest push of their career, and then they pull something like this and they fuck it all up, and it's just ridiculous. These guys need to think. No, they do.
Right,
I'm sorry.
Think about it, right? He will win the WWE title.
Well, no, not for at least a year after this.
No.
Not for at least a year.
No, think about it. Every world champion right now has been involved with the wellness policy. So, in theory, using that, Hardy will be a world champion in 2 months.
I don't think in 2 months.
He will.
I don't think so in 2 months.
3-4 months he will be.
Alright.
They'll continue from where they left off.
I still say a year.
You know, you're talking about Kennedy was just being completely buried and squashed. Basically, when you think about the history of Ken Kennedy as a wrestler, isn't that much. Jeff Hardy's career spans all the way back to, what, 1993?
When he... Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, he's got a lot of history. So it's like, it's not like some random guy, like, I don't know, D.H. Smith.
Well, what's happened to him? He was getting another huge push, and he's just gone now.
He got suspended for steroids. And strange enough, his old man died because of the same thing.
British Bulldog, for any of those who are not exactly up to date.
And it's like, God, they're just so stupid.
Well, you know, it's strange because this Jeff Hardy suspension thing, in our notes, we've got this. It's been getting a lot of media attention. Let me just read. So I think it was an article you've put down here from a newspaper or magazine or something,
Yeah.
and it says
I
it
just
says
copy and
this.
pasted it.
I know, but I'm just saying. It says Jeff Hardy, one of World Wrestling Entertainment's most popular wrestlers, was suspended for 60 days for a second violation of the drug policy. WWE spokesman Gary Davis would not say what drugs were involved. He added that there have been about 30 suspensions under the WWE substance abuse and drug testing policy begun in 2006. Remember, this is only 2008, and there's been 30 suspensions. The policy requires tests for steroids and other drugs. A wrestler faces a 30-day suspension without pay for the first violation, a 60-day suspension for a second violation, and firing for a third violation. Performers are tested at least 4 times a year. Last August, WWE suspended 10 wrestlers for ordering drugs, mostly human growth hormones, in violation of policy.
Okay, here's the thing, right? I've taken growth hormone before, for about 7 years. Now, it didn't do me no good, but I'm weird. But like, here's the thing, my take on steroids. Steroids does not make you a better wrestler. At all.
No,
The
the reason why wrestlers are taking steroids is because Vince McMahon has a strange fetish about buff, meaty guys that are like, Batista, but Great Khali, guys that are like inhumanly big, and they think, oh, the only way I can get to the main event is by beefing myself up and becoming a fucking retard.
No.
It's true. The Cruiserweight title has officially been retired.
Yay!
Yeah,
too happy days.
It's about fucking time, to be honest. And we know this because
bring back the light heavyweight title.
What happened is WWE.com have quietly, very, very quietly, moved the Cruiserweight Championship into the
belt has meant nothing
inactive
for
championship.
That belt's
it really
meant
hasn't.
nothing. It's just a load of crap.
Really, ever since...
Right, what you should do, go to the toilet after this, and look down and say, that's the Cruiserweight title.
Yeah, it really... It started to go downhill, really, in my opinion, when Gregory Helms... No, listen, just listen to me,
It went
let me talk! What started to go downhill for me is when Gregory Helms was the Cruiserweight champion. Now, don't get me wrong, Helms was a great champion. He held the belt for a long time. I know it's fake.
He was the longest reigning champion.
But what annoyed me is that he was a Cruiserweight champion, and yet WWE were putting him in storylines against Matt Hardy, who wasn't apparently able to be a contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. So, they had a champion and a non-champion always fighting, but no title on the line when one was a champion. And I just thought that was a bit stupid.
Wait a minute, what do you mean Matt Hardy's never been able to... Hello, Matt held the belt.
I know what you mean, but they did this storyline when Matt wants to be Cruiserweight champion. They did this storyline where he tried to lose a lot of weight, and I'm guessing, storyline-wise, he put that weight back on and he just can contend for the Cruiserweight title. Or
here's the thing.
Maybe Teddy Long had, storyline had a, problem against Matt Hardy.
The problem I have is, to me, the title died when Vince said, "Oh no, you can't do backflips. You can't do fucking..."
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the division. Look at the X division. I know it's crap.
The X division used to be amazing. Now it's just turned to a
yeah,
pile
but
of
I mean,
shit.
let's just look at the history of the X division. Yeah, how many matches do you see for the Cruiserweight title in like a ladder match kind of thing? You don't see that.
No.
It was just clusterfucks and stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And to be honest, they shouldn't have. To me, the Cruiserweight title goes all the way back to WCW. You had people like Rey Mysterio, Ultimo Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, that kind of thing. And they were really good high flyers, right? Now you can't high fly. The belt is just for midgets. And people who can't get over, and it's just crap. What they should do is bring back a personal favourite of mine, the European title. Or some other title, I don't know, like the light heavyweight title. Or
well, the reason why
something else.
I think anyway, the reason why they've got rid of it is because it was shit. Let's face it.
And the ECW titles replaced it basically.
What has happened is that Vince McMahon doesn't like the number of championships that are in WWE at the moment. He thought 9 was a little too much. So what's happened is that because of this, stupid storyline with ECW and SmackDown where they're able to trade talents, they thought, oh, this would be a good idea because when that happened, SmackDown technically had 5 championships on their brand, and Raw only had 4. And oh my god, let's not hurt Raw. Raw's the flagship show, even though it's shit. So I tell you what, how about we get rid of the shittiest title in the company that means fuck all, and Raw's better again apparently.
And that's just perfect for Shizzle.